Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's training. Today, we shall be talking about creating of a blog, creating of a post. So now, from what we did last week, we learned how to create pages. We learned how to create menu. We learned how to arrange landing pages. So now, creating of a blog post is not as is not that difficult. So it's not different from creating a page. It's just a little thing there to add, and you'll be done. So now let's go on to create our first blog post today. Remember last week we talked about creating a category. Now we're going to implement those categories which I've created for last week into today's post. So now let's begin. Now the first thing you have to do when creating your post, you have to log into your localhost server using your localhost slash your folder name slash wp admin. Now when you type in those URL, it brings you to the dashboard. Now you see just underneath your home and update, you have the post. So what you do, you click on add new and you get started. So we've clicked on add new right now and we see it has taken us to our workstation. Our workstation in the sense that we have a widget menu on the left hand side and we'll have tool on the right hand side. We have this section here where we say the add title. That is actually going to be the title of our post. Now let's give it a title. Let's call it food. Now, we've given it a title. Now we have to add content. Remember last week we didn't talk about adding content to our pages, but this week we'll be talking about content creation, how to modify and arrange your content in a manner that will be appealing to viewers or your site followers to always want to come back to your post. Now, for our very first post for today, we shall be working on adding a text format, a text into our content. Now, what I've done right now, I've highlighted this Word document which I've opened, and I come back to my post and I click on the type to choose a block and I decide to paste. Now, I've pasted that copied write up into the block section. So now the next thing I have to do is to come back to your post. Now, when you click on it, and on the block section it takes you to the block. Now you come back to post to activate the rest of the features. Now there are different things you have to take note of there. Now you see where it says stick to the top of the blog. It means that it's going to be a featured post, meaning anytime anybody logs into your blog, they see that post first. Now I don't want that first. I want to go down. Now you see where they have templates. Now you have different templates. You either have a default template, a cover template, and a full width template. I love working with the full width template. When we activate the full width template and the permalink, you don't need to change the permalink. After you have published your post, your permalink is set. So that should be left as default. Now, categories. Remember, we created categories for the last class. So now I want to assign a category to this particular post. I just click on any of the categories listed here. I created a category called now, religion, social, sports, then, and the default which is uncategorized. Now let me put it under social. I've chosen a category. Now we're talking about tags now. The tag, that is when whatever is being searched on the internet should reflect your post. Now there are a lot of tags that you can get over the internet. Now let me decide to pick Chinese food, and decide to use Ukraine and Russia. Now these are the trending activities, the things trending on the internet right now. So if I decide to tag my post to any of these, it means that whenever this search word is popped up in the internet, my post will definitely fall under it. So now after these tags, you have the featured image. Now you tap on it, you select a feature image. Now I come to drop files to upload. I click on select file. It takes me to where my images are. So let me decide to pick one of these wonderful dishes here, delicacies, sorry. So I select and set the featured image and automatically it sets there. Now you have your excerpts you have your discussions. Now, under discussions, you are actually giving people the right to add comments and to allow ping back or track backs on this particular blog. So now these are left on uh, developers' discretion to decide what and what to use here. So now we're done with this post now. All we need to do is just to hit on publish, and they ask you, are you ready to publish? And you say, yes, come on, I need to publish this now. So we are. So now let's try to view what we have created right now. Now you see where they told you view post or copy link. Now let me decide to view this post. Now this is what the post I've just made. Now you see to my right top, you see I can leave a comment, I can leave a reply, or leave a post, etc. etc. So now my tags here: Chinese food, Russia, Ukraine. You see my featured image. Now you see the way it's been set and arranged. So that is what I call a simple default post. Thank you very much for watching this. Now stay tuned for